Okay, I know exactly what I want to talk about. Since it's Scary Movie Month, I want to talk about scary movies. And my favorite one growing up, yes, you guessed it, many people know who know me. It's Nightmare on Elm Street was my favorite movie with Freddy. So let me tell you a little story, and it goes a little something like this, honey. When I was little, I probably started watching Nightmare on Elm Street, I don't know, when I was like super young, like 10 years old. So, and I turned out fine, right? Parents, you could totally have your kids watch scary movies. Look how they turned out. um, wait. Okay. So, I was obsessed because this kind of scary movies that I... Wait, shh, stop. Stop. The kind of scary movies I like, not like the Jason ones, boring, because that's like, there's no fantasy in it. I love the fantasy ones. That's why I loved Nightmare on Elm Street, because it was all about like dreams and whatnot. So I was really taken by that. And when, I don't know, I was like 13 years old, I built Freddy's house out of popsicle sticks, just like Kristen did in part 3. Does anybody remember this part 3? How Kristen, and she's my favorite actress, Patricia Arquette. She built Freddy's house. So I'm like, I'm doing that. So I built his whole house. It was super big. Popsicle sticks. I put torn up tissue paper in as the drapes, and then like a burned up Ken doll, and then I like had a little light in it, but. From that, and like I would have his posters everywhere in my room. I would have Freddy posters everywhere. It was like Freddy City. And my cousin Tara, she'd be like so super scared to like even like walk past my room, walk past the door when it was open. But funnily enough, like I'm kind of shooting off here, but I wanted to be an architect because I built Freddy's house out of popsicle sticks, and I even went to architecture school. And after 2 years, I was like, oh, this isn't for me. This isn't like popsicle sticks. There's more calculus involved. I don't know how I related those two together, but that was why I went to architecture school, because of that damn Freddy house that I built when I was 13 years old. So needless to say, I no more architecture school after 2 years, and I became a designer. So everything happens for a reason, right, guys? So that was always my number. So that was always my number one scary movie growing up. It still is Nightmare on Elm Street. I would say part 4 was my absolute favorite. And I'll probably talk about more about scary movies coming up, but who knows? But that was always my number one, all time. And if I could meet Freddy, it would be a dream. Or I should say, a nightmare come true. I just thought of that. I did. It was just off the cuff.